Alright, Shalom. Before I get started, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahweh Shai, Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Secondly, we want to give double honors to the elders apostles, the great millstone who rule well and teach well, and who are the true leaders of Israel today. Also, like to give another shout out to the elder of the Man in Israel camp, the Ak Chazak, whom I teach under down here in Greenville, South Carolina. And also like to give another shout out to you, sincere Akim, your brothers out there that's pushing this truth and our sincerity and righteousness in these last days. And also like to give another shout out to you Israelite foreigners that's looking like the other heathen nations causing confusion, coming back to your heritage in these last days. And another quick shout out to you, outlaws, you sisters out there that stand in order and doing what y'all need to do in these latter days. To y'all, like to say shalom. All right, and I'm coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shine with another exaltation video. And I want to go into why the man of the Lord, the elect, is obsessed with prophecy. You know, let me say it again. Why is the man of the Lord, the elect, is obsessed with prophecy? The reason we're obsessed with prophecy because we understand that Yahweh Shai was that main prophet, man. You know, and we just trying to follow into his footsteps. So we trying to follow into his footsteps. Aren't we not going to be obsessed with it? Because he was obsessed with it, man. You know, he put the main thing. He kept it at that, man. You know, and it was something else I was about to say. Another reason we're obsessed with prophecies because we understand that before Yahweh Shai come, what got to happen? Prophecy got to be fulfilled, man. So that's why we're obsessed with it, and it feels good to see it come to pass, man. Cause it made the word more believable, man. You know, it uplifts your faith when you see these things come to pass, man. Especially those apostles. You know, they ain't seen nothing in years, and then all of a sudden 2020 hit. They just started seeing prophecies roll left to right, front to back. Hey, man, that increased their faith even more. You know, but I'm gonna get Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. Revelation 19 and verse 10. It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. You see, and this was John the Revelator. John the Revelator, you know, he fell at the angel's feet, right? It says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, so the angel said unto John, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that had a testimony of Yahweh Shai. You see that? The angel told John, you know, don't bow down to me. You know, he's saying, I'm your fellow servant and of thy brethren. Showing you the angels are our brothers as well, man. Right? So it says, and of thy brethren that had the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship Yahweh, worship Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. You see that? It says, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. So if you want to come into the name of Yahweh Shai, you got to be speaking on prophecy, man. How can you call yourself a prophet if you're not going to prophesy of what's to come? What's the point of you calling yourself a prophet? You've been a hypocrite, man. You know, and I love prophecy. I can go into prophecy every day, you know, but I try to, you know, switch it up to be balanced with it. But sometimes the Lord just want me to speak on mainly prophecy. Why? Because we're in a time where prophecy is about to be fulfilled, man. Hey, like the elders apostles, the great millstone, start with Elder Tahar. What did he deem this year? The year of all prophecies being fulfilled, roughly paraphrasing what he said, man. You see? It's like, let me drink some of this water. You see that, man? So the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. So if you want to come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, you got to be in the spirit of prophecy, man. Facts. So let's go over to the book of Shalakin, what I think. Fuck, man. Oh, yeah. I just thought about it. Call all Yahweh Shai. Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 5. I started at verse 4. Jeremiah 1 and 4, it says, Then the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, and this is Jeremiah that, he's talking to. It says, verse 5, Jeremiah 1 and 5. Slacky. Excuse me. Slacky. Jeremiah 1 and 5 says, Before I formed thee in the belly. Now he talking to Jeremiah, but he also, talking to us as well. It says, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So before he even formed Jeremiah into his mother's belly, guess what? He knew him. Why? How he knew him? Because of the spirit, man. It says, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, before he came out of his mom, vagina, the Lord said, before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations, man. So the Lord ordained Jeremiah to be a prophet unto the nations, even his own people, man, and the other nations as well, man. So that's why, we obsess of what we do, man, because the Lord ordained us to do this, man. If the Lord didn't ordain us to do this, hey, we're not gonna be obsessed with it. Because if you're obsessed with something, you're not gonna leave it, man. It's gonna be hard for you to leave. So when you see a lot of niggas getting bugged out leaving truth, it's because truly they was never obsessed with it, man. Honestly, Lord willing, y'all right to die, I'd be obsessed with it until the end, man. And the rest of you sincere listeners, man. So let's read that again. Jeremiah 1 and 5. It says, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations, man. You see, so the Lord ordained Jeremiah and the rest of the elect to be ordained, man, to do what they do. That's why we go hard for this ministry, man. That's why we go hard for Yahweh Shai, because he ordained us to do this. Matter of fact, let's get that word, ordained. Say you don't want to let me. There we go.
Strong's H 5414. Nathan.
All right, that word is Nathan, right? It says to give, put, set. You see, the Lord put us in this position. He set us up in this position. It says to give, bestow, grant, permit, ascribe, employ, devout, concentrate, dedicate, pay wages, sell, exchange, lend, commit. That's all. You really got the point on the first definition. Right, the Lord put us in this position. He set us up in this position, man. So it says, Before I formed thee in the belly, Jeremiah 1 and 5, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So the Lord put us in this position to be a prophet unto the nations, man. And Yahweh Ratazal, we be those men. We'll close out with this. What's the precept? Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. So like, you bear me 1 second. I'm trying to think about something. Okay, yeah. Jeremiah 28 verse 8, and I'm going to read down to verse 9. It says, The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. You see that? That's what the true man of the Lord is going to do when they prophesy. Speaking on these things, man. Speaking on these countries that's going against each other, right? Speaking of the evils to come, the bad times, right? The pestilence, the diseases, right? We seeing all this. And if the man of the Lord did it back then and it was assessed with it, shouldn't we not do the same thing? Are we not following their footsteps, even though we are them coming back in our lights, right? But they was doing it and they was obsessed with it. shouldn't we be the same way? They was an example for us. Like I said, although we was them coming back, but they a prime example. They was obsessed with what they was doing, man. Except for Jonah. Jonah didn't want to do it. The Lord had to force him to do it. But when the Lord forced him, guess what? He was obsessed with it. Why? Because Jeremiah 1:5. The Lord ordained you to do this, man. You can't run from it. You're going to be obsessed with it. You might not at first, but then once you really understand, you'll be like, damn, I see why the Lord had me doing this. You know? So Jeremiah 28:9, it says, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet should come to pass, then should the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him. Let's read that again. Jeremiah 28:9, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet should come to pass, then should the prophet be known that the Lord had sent him, had truly sent him. You see, you're gonna know when when the Lord had truly sent a righteous prophet and a false prophet, man. You're gonna tell by when they say the things they say come to pass. Hey, you're gonna believe that prophet. If that other false prophet say something and they don't come to pass, you're not gonna believe him. You know, you're not gonna believe him. So either you get it right or you don't. You consider a false prophet, man. You know. So yeah, man, that's pretty much all I had. Yahweh Ratazah. This video will be edifying, and I'm gonna close it out with giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Shalom until next time. Shalom.